y'all's? That's y'all's?
Who?
That sweater.
Nah, this is the company I didn't I don't think favorably of.
Oh, okay.
I only have it because that was the first thing I grabbed and it was clean.
I just want to give a shout out to Snapback, who was on our episode last week. I hit him up and asked him how it went Saturday. He said he did knock out somebody.
Uh-oh.
So that's
Dang.
pretty dope for that for I don't want to say little event, but for the event that was going
Man,
on.
I was supposed to go.
Whatever the event
I
was.
know. I was hoping you did so you can give us some insight on it today.
Are you on?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
You positive? Can you hear yourself now?
I can't hear nothing in me now.
Yeah, so shout out to Snapback for being on our show last
Yeah.
week, and the boy Caesar Balboa. Yeah, I wish I could have went too. Had a lot going on Saturday, so I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Before we get this episode started, I want to shout out to Van Daniels. He was on our episode like maybe 2 episodes ago, back at the old podcast. He had gave me these shirts a while back. And I never wore them because they were large, and I can't wear large. Shout out to Van Daniels. So we have these shirts. I'm giving it to my co-hosts because they're large and y'all can wear large. So shout out to Van Daniels.
Van Daniels.
Man, we appreciate you guys and the support. He supports the podcast. He
Van
tunes in
Daniels.
weekends. What's something else about my? I can't remember what it was.
Travis. I ain't wearing that goddamn
But you already know it should go, DJ Baby Blue Diamond.
Man, it's your boy D, aka Mr. Live at 5 himself.
I ain't dealing with this. I'm not.
You fella, man.
And this is the Where You Ask podcast. I work with kids all day. I ain't dealing with this. I already told him my stories about crying babies all day. I'm done. People crying for no reason.
At least you ain't gotta work with crying babies and come home to crying babies.
That's true.
Imagine that.
That is true. That is true. It is. Man, how was your birthday celebration?
It was good. I had some family and friends come out.
That was a dope cake. You showed us the
small.
cake.
Yeah, it was. I got like, I really didn't get none. I got like a little bit of it.
But you can't really have cake like that, right?
I mean, I can. It just depends.
Moderation.
Yeah.
But that's dope. Converse cake. Okay. Shout out.
Good.
Hate that I missed it. I really want to go, man.
There'd be other little gatherings.
Exactly. Other gatherings. Exactly. How was your weekend? Your 8-page paper?
No, 10.
10-page paper.
10.
2,500. That what you said?
Yeah, like
something about that.
Nah, like my professor was.
Benedict.
I ain't gonna say that. He was just saying, not saying, but like in the rubric it said I needed to, not the whole class. It had to be between 1,500 to 1,700.
Oh,
word. For what the assignment was asking for, there was no way that 1,700 could have been the cap. So it ended up being
that much information.
Yeah, and it ended up being, at the end of it, maybe 9 content, like worth of content or information. Of course, the cover page, and then the references, the source site. So
yeah. I don't know my wife talking about all the time.
All the time.
Like, oh yeah, I gotta get my source, my sites, and I was like, God dang, all this to not go to jail. It's got to do with like plagiarism too, right?
Yeah,
giving people the credit for what you research.
Yeah.
All that.
If you don't do that, I suggest anybody out listening, whether you're doing it academically or you're doing it professionally, download it's a software app called Grammarly.
Oh, I like Grammarly.
Yeah, she paid for it.
So do I. I mean, I'm telling you, it helps you construct any sort of document you're trying to like type out and all of that. Like it gives you suggestions on how you can structure paper to make it sound better, how it flows, things like that. I mean, you don't have to take the suggestions, especially if you already know like the direction you're trying to take your paper or you're trying to take the information that you're trying to relay to people. But yeah, Grammarly is a.
Came out of school, man. Think about going back to school. We'll see.
Going back and finishing.
Yeah.
What was you going for?
Well, first, I just went and got my basics done. So I
So you hadn't picked a major
yet. So I'm thinking about going for early childhood education. You know, but I don't know yet. I know elementary. I know I want to stay at that age group. I look like middle school or high school. That's why I was like, I don't know how D Jones do it because I know he fit in.
Yeah, he funny though.
Yeah, but he is. The way he sings and stuff. He's like, up, back away from the camera. He's like, back up, back up, back up. So what do you need? What do you need? Crack me up. But we got a lot of topics tonight. I'm gonna let my fellas take over because they came up with the topics. I can tell my age, which I probably should have stayed home. But me, I like to keep myself busy. You know, that's what I do. I got a lot. I keep myself busy. Shout out to Mickey Street. Thank you for tuning in. But me, I like to keep myself. But we appreciate you guys. But if you don't know, we talked about Mr. Dion Sanders live, and they keep messing with him, but they keep fucking with him. We want to say that they keep touching his stuff. Let's talk about a little bit about that. I'll let y'all bring that up since y'all know more about the situation than I do.
Well, it was it came out around the same time when he was leaving, but I just heard about the office. Like some students and stuff broke into his office and stole his some personal belongings, and cell phone and stuff like that. But throughout the whole stint of them being there for 2 years, that's what he was saying. Like him and his son's car have been broken into on several occasions. So, I mean, they was doing everything in their power. I ain't going to separate the kids and the staff, but they was doing everything in their power to not have him stay there. It seems like they wasn't giving him no incentives to stay at all. And then also I seen that he had reached out to some of these high profile celebrities, and was telling them, hey, look, throw some money into these HBCUs. Let's see what we can do, and nothing. Nobody said nothing. The only thing that threw me off is on that little flyer or whatever they had of the celebrities that they supposedly asked or whatever. They had Killer Mike on there. And I didn't see the correlation in that because Killer Mike does a lot. He does a lot. He's probably doing more of going black than anybody.
Him and David Banner, right?
Him and David Banner, yeah.
Like the top two.
They're pushing like. I think Killer Mike got a black-owned bank.
Yeah. I think I'm about to start going through.
Yeah. I seen, but that was a couple of years ago that he did that. So, even with the soda, he got two of his friends, to do the soda thing. I forgot what the name of the soda, Cripple Cola, and I forgot what the other one was, but he does a lot. If anybody's pushing
he had a show. Didn't he have a show on Netflix where they show like black-owned cell phone companies, all that? Yeah, he had a show.
So
I remember that.
He's doing that. So I don't know why they have him on there. As far as like the other people they had like, of course, the normal Jay-Z, Puff Daddy.
Because only one person can do so much.
Right. Yeah.
You can't expect that one person to.
I mean, that's just like us saying, well, shit, are we helping LeBron? But we'll probably say, well, LeBron is a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm pretty sure some HBCU alumni is donating, but like, as far as like, what Colorado, like where Dion is going, they got like the Booster Club and stuff, so they bringing in some, some good money. But, do
you think they'll stop messing with him?
Yeah,
even when he moved.
Yeah, I remember Drake said this a while back. Drake said his mama told when Pusha T stuff was going on.
Yeah.
No, Chris Brown stuff was going on. He said that his mama told him just practice the 3-day rule, and he was like, "What's that?" She said, "The first day, everything shit hits the fan. You're gonna be like going crazy, mad, all kinds of emotions. Second day, yeah, it's still some chatter, some whispers, but you kind of stop like kind of caring.
Yeah.
And then by the third day, somebody else did some shit, and they gonna forget about your whole situation. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. It's not literally a 3 day, but
yeah,
that's the saying. So yeah, it's gonna be somebody, black people, and this ties into it ties in what Travis was saying, what the title is saying. Black people are never. I don't care what you do. Black people are never satisfied. Mostly the ones that's not satisfied is the motherfuckers that's not doing nothing.
exactly.
It's they always pointing at the people that's doing something, saying you're not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem in itself. And you attacking the colony. If it's a colony of ants, you attacking the colony instead of defending it. So black people, and I know Travis basically gave us the title today. So what was your I don't like us moment that made you feel that?
Dr. Umar.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was the Dr. Umar
It was
interview.
Dr. Umar.
I didn't see the whole interview. I seen that clip though.
Yeah, I seen the clips.
'Cause
Haven't
I
seen the
know
whole interview
they
yet.
talked about more stuff than that.
Yeah, they talked about more stuff than that. You know, because in that interview he did say something to the effect it could, because his message and his delivery can come off as um he hate, like he doesn't like white people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like somebody like that can, he's never said that, but message and delivery can, somebody can interpret that that way. So he did say something to the effect, and like this is the part of that interview that I agreed with. It's like, just because he's like, I'm not anti-white, I'm just pro-black.
Oh yeah, he said
that makes like what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's like, I'm not. He's like, I don't hate anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's
supposed to live peacefully.
because I he was like, I have. He said something to the effect that he was somewhere and a white dude approached him. He was like, man, keep doing what you're doing, type that type thing.
Right.
I don't know into what context that was. It could have been of just of what he's out here doing. Trying to be the face and the voice of Pan Africanism and all of that. But yeah. So I'm never here to discredit anybody's body of work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only commenting on the topic at hand.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us in the black community think that if you have an adverse opinion or a different opinion on somebody just because they're black and they're trying to be the voice or be a leader of some sort,
mm-hmm.
then you're hating.
Yeah.
Or you're a babbling idiot, and you're dumb and all of this and all of that. Like, I got a lot of that online off of that comment, but I had a lot of support off of it because everybody that had something to say about it mostly had something of substance to offer it.
Right.
Yeah.
And or even if they disagreed, it was something of substance. It was only, you got them 3 or 4 that'd be like, oh, you were hating and all of that. But then when you challenge that, they have no, and you shut all of that down. The energy that they're trying to come at you with, trying to bait you online to have some sort of ignorant conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not finna get me like that. You know what I mean? So, but it just goes to show that you can't you have to support and agree with everything black no matter what.
Right.
And that's ridiculous. That's just like with the whole Dion situation.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what his reason is, no matter what his motives and the factors that drove that, no matter the 24, the constant danger that they were always a part of. Because like Jackson State, most of these HBCUs,
in the hood,
Prairie View, Hampton University, Howard University, Jackson, they all, like you said, they all in the hood. Paul Quinn College in Dallas. I don't know.
I was supposed to go
there. It's in the middle of the hood. Tennessee State, middle of the hood. All these HBCUs in the middle of the hood, and he's probably the most well-known person to come through the state of Mississippi outside of rest in peace to Mike Leach, and Brett Favre.
Out of Mississippi.
As
far as athletics go.
Like as far as athletics go,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, or like either come through Mississippi or be from Mississippi.
Yeah,
and some, you know what I'm saying. You don't hear too much about Mississippi, athletics.
Wasn't Jerry Rice from Mississippi?
He went to Mississippi Valley. Yeah. So I mean, or another one, Jerry Rice. So I mean,
Prescott?
Dak Prescott.
But they wasn't at the HBCU.
They weren't, but that's what I'm saying. They weren't at the HBCUs. Right. You're not like now. Mississippi Valley's at HBCU.
Yeah.
But these others, you know what I'm saying, not. And so those are things that these Power Fives ain't got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like even U of H, it's a predominantly black school, but U of H is not in the hood.
Nah, I've been there before.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's
Prairie View is definitely
Prairie View. There ain't nothing in Prairie View but Prairie View.
Prairie View is definitely hood.
Yeah,
I've been there. That's another thing with the HBCUs. With it being in the hood, that's the majority of your student body.
Right.
So,
So you got this man like he's not only changed, like one, he has not only changed the culture of HBCUs as an entity. He took a hell of a pay cut to take for the job, and still donated out of his pocket the upgrades that those facilities have now. This man leveraged relationships.
He was cutting the grass. He was
cutting the grass. This man leveraged relationships with key figures in business and in sports to make sure that his players, not him, his players, because Dion gonna be good.
Yeah,
but make sure his players.
That's why I don't get the fact that when people say he chasing the money.
Okay, so let's talk about money then. There was a dip. He already took half the pay, and already and within that pay, he was still having to pay his coaching staff with that money. That's just that part. Now there's another part where there's a deal in place with JSU leadership that after a certain time, when Dion and the players are supposed to start receiving compensation from that revenue. You like it? He only saying that this is his shirt. That's why I wouldn't like that. It was they never started receiving that.
I remember he was talking about the ticket sales.
Yeah, the ticket sales, merch, all of that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was apparently it was some shady.
It was a lot of shady business going on. It was a lot of shady business going on. So to go and sit up there, hey, mind you, some people know exactly. You know what I mean? All of that, plus the vandalism.
Yeah.
I'm not even to include. I'm include that to include vandalism and theft from JSU leadership because that's a breach of contract.
Yeah.
And your personal belongings got stolen out of the coach's office.
Yeah. And
his son
from the cars, their vehicles.
That's what I'm saying. So
his son's vehicle too as well.
And so, but he's supposed to say, "Fuck all that."
I'm gonna do it for the kids.
I'm gonna do it for the. Bro, 2 of his sons play for this school.
That's why he took them.
That's why. Y'all not staying here. And they took a few more players with them.
Yeah. Did what you gotta go, Travis?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
What's that song? F these kids out.
But he's supposed to sit there and forget all about that. Like, let me keep taking it. And then JSU gonna try to offer him $1 million when they still owe him more than that off of tickets and merch.
Yeah.
Anyway, why would we wouldn't tell our kinfolk to re-sign no contract.
We wouldn't do it.
We wouldn't do it.
If your job came to you today, promised you starting off at, well, let's say $18 an hour, and you notice on your check when you add your stuff up, you really only getting paid $17.50. Like, and then so when the next year when the evaluation come around, and you like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna put my 2 weeks in. And then they offer you the 18. Then you're like, I was supposed to be getting the 18 anyway. So it was I think it was more shady stuff than what he's telling, what's being let out anyway.
Yeah, and he really ain't even trying to dog Jackson State like that. That information is just coming out.
They dogging him though.
Shout out to these comments. I'm gonna read these comments real fast. Shout out to Nate, the great, semi-great. Nate, you know we got beef, but it's all good. He said the same people said about Dion leaving are the same people that sold their granny's house. You know what? You probably sold your granny's house. No, I'm joking. I like Nate.
We lost our granny house in the flood.
No, I'm joking. I like Nate. And then shout out to
they took it.
Is that, I don't know what that is. GRD Forever.
Yeah, it was on here before.
Shout out to them. They said they hold Dion more accountable than the governor who screwed up the water situation.
Right. Nah, for real.
Look.
He said
that's a topic in its own.
And there's nobody speaking of holding people accountable. What's up with Brett?
Right.
Thank you. Did we just forget about that? Like it just
swept under the rug.
Went nowhere.
Oh. Speaking of that, Travis, I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah, exactly. That's what we just said.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the Clinton Porter situation.
What Clinton Porter situation?
Oh my God. They basically tried to it was on what it was on with Shannon and Shannon Crowder, the podcast.
I didn't
Ryan Clark.
What happened?
But apparently somebody got him a deal with some insurance or something like that. But he paid the person out his money. They worked it out or whatever.
The Pivot podcast.
And then the Pivot. Then it was a laundry list of players, ex-players and stuff that was involved in this little ring scheme thing. And they schemed some upshaw, some kind of thing. This is my first time hearing about it. I just heard about it. But they basically put Clinton Portis on the front line and made it look like he was the ringleader of everything. He did 6 months in prison. I did not know that.
When?
This was I don't want to lie, but he did 6 months. This was recent though. This ain't old news because he was talking about the Brett Favre situation. He was like, they did this to me.
Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. So I do remember hearing something about.
So it says former Washington RB
running
back Clinton Porter sentenced to 6 months in prison for healthcare fraud.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah, I heard about that. I didn't know he was involved in it, but I heard about that.
6 months.
He wasn't though. They put him in it. They lied and put
Thursday to 6 months in prison and 6 additional months of home confinement for his role in a scheme defrauding an NFL healthcare program.
If he had nothing to do with it, how did they just put him in that? Like, how did that work?
He talked to one person about this, and I think he even put his what happened?
It moved.
Cut off a little bit.
Oh,
it's okay. We didn't need to see you anyway.
I think is that the real camera right there?
That's both of these are the real camera.
Because on this, I know he was talking about on this side is cut off, but on that one is the full. I don't know. That's good right there.
All right.
But I'm letting you know, no one can see the comments on the screen but us. We can only see these.
No. I need to stretch the camera out a little bit.
I know.
But yeah, they put him. He put his own money into this, and they made it look like
he came up with the whole plan.
Yeah. So
like he was a
ultimately,
mastermind.
I think about $5 million was scammed out of this, or something like that. And they made Clinton Portis the face of this whole scandal.
$2.5 million in fraud claims.
Yeah. Well, that's what they told. They said that he did.
Yeah.
That's not even everybody. And they put him in. He explained the court situation. He got a hung jury in Kentucky, all white,
Of course.
All white jurors.
Of course.
Then on top of that, the dude that was actually involved in it confessed and said that, all this stuff he made up and everything. And then they still gave him 6 months. And then they still gave him 6 months of I guess you could say house arrest or
yeah, they did.
Like I said, dang, that's crazy. Like if you get a chance to watch the Pigeon Boys, man, and just listen to that whole they get right into it. It ain't like it's the podcast go on and they don't talk about it. They get right into it like off the bat because the dude Shannon on there he asked the questions like the real tough questions and stuff. So he broke it down, man, and it was like, why did they do that to you? And he said, bro, I have no idea.
Because you black. Shout out to
they all was black.
Oh.
Like these was ex-football players and athletes. Some of the people went to college with him and everything. I said, damn, that's crazy.
Shout out to the people tuning in. Shout out to AC Turner from Radioactive.
What up, AC? AC
believing them double standards and wanna, you wanna let his son wall dog everybody, but the daughter can't. I got a lot to say about that, man.
Yeah,
I got a lot
old
to
post too. He
say.
had an old post that I got a notification in. I think it popped up on his memory and he shared it, but it was a post about the asking about the date. Like if a dude asks a woman on a date and he said, if you ask a woman on a date and she asks where we going, just drop her off. Like don't mess with her.
It depends on how I feel like it depends on how she asks. Because sometimes people ask because there's certain foods that they probably can't eat. It depends on how she asks. If she asks like where we going, and you know how a woman can ask like where we going, as in is it expensive or not? Yeah, leave her alone. But she asking just to be asking like just to make sure she can eat the food, that's different. But yeah, I get.
Yeah, those comments though was the comments. Yeah, before saying yes. Like if can I take you on a date? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Okay,
yeah.
So X, Y, and then go into it.
Yeah, that's different than leave her alone.
The chicks on the comments though they was going off. Like they wasn't even. They was doing these super hypothetical.
I love pizza dick, man. Maybe because I love junk food so much, man. Forget all that expensive stuff, man. Buy me a pepperoni pizza, thin crust.
Like everybody like, I like you though.
Like buy me some hot wings. Like
women, these women, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. This is not the opinion that reflects.
No. I probably agree with you.
A lot of these chicks don't deserve those expensive.
But only that too. Dates. A lot of women pretend like they don't eat in front of men. Oh, I don't eat. I want to eat up. Forget all that. As soon as the bread hit the table at Texas Roadhouse, I'm not waiting 5 minutes. I am grabbing me a piece of bread. If you don't grab a piece of bread, 2 of them gonna be gone, and you're gonna be waiting until dinner comes. It's gonna be cold.
Them Red Lobster biscuits was good.
Really? I never had them.
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I never had them.
Man, them biscuits.
But someone asked.
Cheddar Bay biscuits with the lobster biscuits.
Man,
me and my wife. Red Lobster was like upscale for me and my wife at one point.
Man, it was upscale for everybody at one point.
Yeah, especially when you like I was working at Blockbuster.
This remind me of shout out to Dev. Dev said it's bread and appetizer. Someone said the bread at Texas Roadhouse is. I was like, that's valid. Someone said, and he was like, that's very specific. I was like, it is.
Cheddar's too.
It is.
I fuck with Cheddar's bread. I can't fuck with a lot of shit no more. But Cheddar's bread go hard too.
Yeah, that chocolate bread.
Yeah, they got the chocolate bread and they got the other one.
For those of you who are single out there, how is the dating world for you right now? We're gonna get into that later.
It's
but I just want to know
probably
how is the
shit.
dating world?
The dating world for people that's single is shit.
It is.
Hey, speaking
I have no doubt about
I'm going through it, and I know.
Shit, I got a fun fact for y'all.
Oh Lord,
I just found this out like yesterday. Like, fun fact. So we all know what tilapia is, right?
It's not real fish.
Yes,
I know it's not real fish, but on top of that, they use it to clean semi-filtered water. Like they put baby tilapia in a tank with waste, human feces, and the tilapia and they wait till they get to a certain size, then they take them off and ship them off to be sold in stores. I seen a documentary of it.
It's sad, but guess what? I bake tilapia with shrimp and cabbage.
Baked shrimp and shit. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know
shit.
how that dating world is right now, because I know it's a little crazy, hectic out there.
Tilapia, that's what it is.
Tilapia.
I'm pretty sure. You said you could just look on social media and see dating is trash.
Well, while we on the same topic of, I guess that post AC posted, man, I had a lot to say, man. We don't agree. One? The one with the when I mentioned how he said his sons can have 5 partners a year, but the daughters can't.
That was on my post though, wasn't it?
Was that your post?
Yeah.
Oh, his post. While we speaking of that, is Cher really caring? I'm assuming you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was talking about because on that post, my cousin was saying
which one?
Who taught my cousin Glenn, the one that was locked up. Mm-hmm. He said, "Who taught us about having one woman?" And I was like, "Well, that's a choice, ultimately." But I'm talking about teaching our sons to. It's cool to pass up on sex. Like, you don't have to hit everything.
Yeah.
And that's just being, like I say, sexually responsible, though. I'm not telling you don't. You ain't. That's. I don't think that'll happen. Now, it's too easy. Sex is just so free. It's so free. When we was younger, it was damn near taboo to talk about it. So now it's everywhere. So if you meet somebody adult, matter of fact, that's a virgin, then that's rare as hell. But what I was talking about on the post is I was saying, don't teach your son hey bro, look, you are as valuable as the chick that you chasing, that you trying to hit.
Exactly.
You treat yourself like that, because no all chicks deserve your exchange of energy, because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. So you got to imagine if you only had sex with one person and she had sex with 5, you ultimately had sex with 6 people.
Exactly.
Because you're transferring energy. So but my cousin was going somewhere else with it. But yeah. He was talking about King Solomon. How many wives did King Solomon have? And I was trying to explain to him a lot of stuff in the Bible is that we talking how we talk now. Like if I tell you I went to a party and you're like, how many was there? I'm like, oh, nigga, it was cool people there. And it'd be like 30 people. Yeah. But that's just how we talk, though. Like, we exaggerate a lot of shit to make it seem like it's natural. Like, if you get in a fight, you be like you get jumped, man. You got jumped, yeah, I got jumped. It was like 5 or 6 niggas, and it'd be 2.
But thing is too, with that argument
with the
Solomon? In the Bible they have multiple wives. Okay, cool. Look at their financial situation.
Yeah, he was definitely a king.
He was definitely a king, and then there's rules to having multiple wives. See, everybody wants to gloss over the requirements and the prerequisites of having that. If they want to take apart what they want to,
they make it benefit them, because it's not like he was having multiple wives just to have sex with them.
Yeah, it was. It
was a beneficial.
Exactly.
They each had
another reason why I don't like us, because we don't read.
Like
we don't study. We don't
research. I actually want to have somebody on a couple
2023 when we get 2023 when we get our new system up, that's gonna be a drop of Travis saying, "I don't like us." We're gonna play that.
We need a segment.
Just like how was it on Family Guy where it said, "What grind my gears?"
Yeah.
I don't like us segment.
I don't like that, man.
I don't like us.
Grind my gears.
You like us, and this is Black American men. I'm talking.
Tell them.
This is Black American men.
Yeah.
Don't use what somebody takes as serious as a part of their faith and their religion, and don't mitigate it and don't minimize it down to fit your sexual desire.
Right. That's what I told him. It was that wasn't just, he wasn't just having, like you say, he wasn't just having sex. He was responsible. Even if he had 700, because I don't believe it was 700. If he did, he was responsible. And then he was like, they got that, because I would tell them they still got that here, but it's in Vermont. But those wives got their own houses.
Seems like that thing in Utah.
Like, Utah.
Mormons.
He said Utah. Yeah, the Mormons. So, of course, they got it. We know where they got it from, but still,
right.
Like they're doing it because originally that's for nation building.
It is
because we already know it's more women than men. So it was for nation building. It was also for protection. So when you go to war, if you don't come back from war, your wives get passed down to his brother.
Yeah,
it was a protection thing. So can't nobody. Oh, if you be out walking in a city or something like that, and somebody say, "Who speaks for you?" You're supposed to be like, "So and so speaks for me." Yeah. Whoever your husband is. So now you off limits. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to go. If you walking in the streets and you not spoken for, then you free, you game. So it's ways on it. A lot of and to be honest, a lot of men is not ready. They're not mentally equipped to handle two women.
And you can see that now. Like you can see that now. As most of these dudes be the same ones that got 3-4 baby mamas stressed out.
Yeah.
Stressed out because at least
they get jealous
because at least 2-3 of them ain't doing right.
Or they get jealous over women that's not even like dating them.
Yeah.
It's like, how you already jealous and y'all not even together? So
okay, man,
it's a mindset. You gotta like a lot of women from Africa and maybe a lot of Arabic women, they got a mindset. They grew up around it. So they still have cultural values that they got.
Exactly.
We don't have those. We don't have examples of a poly
because we lost it on the way.
We barely got examples of damn monogamous
because they lost it on the way. But GZD R for Ev, he's on my Twitch. I just saw the Twitch symbol. So if you follow me on Twitch, DJ Baby Blue Diamond, go ahead. I stream live there too on the podcast. For you three and where you ass. He said, I'm down out here in the dating game. Women want me to send my COVID test results and test for sickle cell. I'm not doing that. Not the sickle cell. I heard a COVID test, but sickle cell, they going that
far.
I
ain't gonna lie to you. If I
can
was
get COVID.
COVID, you come to the crib, you gotta take the test. If we get to that point, like get to that nightcap point, like I got to. Especially if you got kids, like you said,
we're not just COVID too. You also got to make sure you're safe in other areas too, STDs, all that.
Yeah, of course. I think that should be nowadays. I think now more than ever, you need to walk around with your results. Like, look, man. Okay, look. So I got tested right. This is test right here. I'm clean right there. Now, if you turn to page 6, that's my HIV test. I'm good right there.
Turn to page 10. My blood cell was a little low, but once I drank some of that prune juice, it went straight up. Let me let you know.
I think now, like I say though, sex is now women are more sexual now, openly, so they ain't got a problem with hooking up on the first nights and multiple times.
Bro, women have never had an issue hooking up on the first night. It's just everybody else trying to. It's just everybody finding out about it and the stigma that was about it.
Right.
Women already know they're gonna fuck before y'all go out.
Right.
But they say if you're bra and panty matches,
If you're bra and panty match,
no, that ain't.
I don't think
that even matters. That matters.
No, that don't matter to men. They'll say that happen to women, not to men. To women, they say women say that if a woman goes out in her bra and panty match, that's how she knows she gonna.
Is that's a majority thing?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. I never tested that theory because I don't care if it's matching or not. Why? I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's like that. I think that's
on a majority level.
On a majority level, I don't even think it's like that.
I don't think so either.
Because really and truly, like women, whether the top and the bottom is the same color, it's some sort of scheme they put together to where that shit looks good.
Right.
So if they're match,
it might not be a set, but it
might be a set. I feel like that would be like for like if you trying to do like a special night, but any other night.
We trying to do a special night. Just don't wear no underwear.
Well, that's you too. But you think a man?
That's some relationship.
You think a man gonna be like, fellas? Not only did I smash this girl, her bra panties. Thank you. They do not care. Like
it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff dudes don't care about that women.
So
women do it for other women, in my opinion.
He said, so okay, with Nick Cannon, all these kids become. Because he is financially okay. No. Kids need an actual father figure to teach them, guide them. So So no way he can spend time with them equally.
I agree.
So apparently, I forgot who was on live. Somebody was recent. One of these female singers was on live, and when someone asked if she's pregnant by Nick Cannon, she hurried up and abrupted her live. That's the talk on TikTok. I forgot who it was.
I'm not surprised right now. I'm not surprised.
I want to say either Keisha Cole or someone in that era, someone in that range.
Keisha Cole
or somebody in that. Somebody.
I don't think it's Keisha Cole. I don't think.
I don't know. All I know is some celebrity was on live, and then when they asked, "Are you pregnant by Nick Cannon?" or they saw a baby bump, she like erupted her live. I don't know who it was, but shout out to Kiki Palmer. She's pregnant, but I'm happy she's not pregnant by none of these men out here doing. I don't know. I'm not saying the one she's with, but I'm talking about the ones like the Trey Songz with them.
Who's? I don't even know who.
I don't know who she's talking to. I've never seen him, so you must not be like
one of those
big celebrities. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
I mean, I think shit, those relationships probably work better than the people that's in the entertainment world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on when you get together too, because people Angela Bassett and her husband been together for a minute.
Yeah, but that's a totally different generation.
It is too. That's true too.
That's
back when the '90s beauty was '90s beauty, and we didn't have
their values was totally different.
And then social media wasn't really around. Internet, you didn't have all this.
So yeah, like motherfuckers can go through something.
Yeah.
And like work it out in private. But the thing about it is today
now
we live in this age of transparency, and everybody wants to be all in your business and like you advertise everything that's going on.
Exactly.
And then say mind your business. How you put your stuff on the
I hate when they do that. You have no reason to comment.
Don't judge me.
Don't comment.
You literally put it on here for me to
That's what I hate when. Especially on TikTok.
You definitely wanted somebody to
say something. On TikTok. I hate when TikTok people
Oh yeah.
Or they do something wasted and they turn their comments off, and I'm like, why? Why?
People are weird.
People are weird. Well, speaking of weird people,
I think it's a God complex. When people do stuff like that, like
a control thing.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I should. When people are like, y'all should be able to say about that. Like that's how when especially of that nature.
Because they know they said something.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like you
wrong virtual. Yeah, they. I usually see that on those on the edge and that's not really them.
Who thought it was weird for you haven't seen the come on. If you haven't seen the video or the picture going around this his teenage son because
Smokey Norfolk. That's who it
was. Yeah, Smokey Norfolk was holding his teenage son. Apparently his teenage son was having like a hard day. I think he's autistic too, right? I'm not sure. I think his son was having a hard day that day. He just needed to be held, from what I'm understanding. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people thought that was weird. Like, I don't have kids, but I know I don't care how old my kid is. If they need a hug, they need a hug. Like sometimes
Wallow said this.
It's
you growing up in the inner city, like they teach you how I just want people to realize this. I can't really speak on the woman aspect of it as far as like shielding your feelings.
Yeah.
But as far as like a young black man growing up in the hood, like all this communication stuff is not taught in the house for the most part. So when you got somebody that's doing something like hugging their dad or something like that, like how can you knock that when first of all, it's a lot of dudes out here that even got a mama to lay on, let alone a father. Yeah. And this is a real genuine moment that he's having, but we just got to saying it. You put it on social media, then they're gonna have their opinion on it. You just gotta take it.
Yeah, but that's weird. I feel like if your son or daughter needs a hug,
I'm so hugging my babies. I don't care.
I remember it was a big thing about do you kiss your kids in the mouth? Like if you got a son, do you kiss your son in the mouth and stuff like that? And I still think, but it's up to a certain age.
Yeah, it's up to a certain age. Like my son is 3. Right. He'll come over, he'll grab my feet like, Daddy. And he'll, what's up, son?
Yeah. And I also feel like too, I feel like it depends on your relationship too. Like if that's what y'all do, that's what you do. Some people don't do that, but I feel like you said, keep your opinions to yourself. Don't judge somebody else just because y'all don't do that in your household. Like if you don't put up a Christmas tree and someone else does, don't judge them. Like if you don't celebrate this religion but they do, don't judge them. Man, I'm so happy to that teacher that got fired for messing up Muslim students that was praying. If you heard about that, that's crazy. So this is charter school. I don't know what state, but they have an area where these Muslim students get to pray because they're Muslim. And the teacher was walking through their prayer, whistling, saying, I don't know why they let you pray, being all disrespectful. They got fired. And those nurses who decided to make a video of icks that they can't stand the pregnant women, they got fired too and can't get a job. So shout out to people doing their job and firing people who are doing stuff they're not supposed to do. Why are you on your job making a video talking about, I can't stand when pregnant women do this and do that? Your job is to take care of pregnant women. Like, that's your job.
That teacher definitely should have been fired.
They did. They fired the teacher. They fired those nurses. And not only did the nurses get fired, a lot of people are coming on TikTok talking about, that was my nurse when I had a baby. And I can't believe this is how you feel about me. And it's normal stuff that pregnant women complain about because they're in pain. They're giving birth. Yeah. Like, they're supposed to complain about this stuff. So
Black women die at a significantly higher rate than any other race during child labor.
During
child pregnancy, because
they don't get taken seriously.
They don't get taken seriously because black women, there's a preconceived notion that black women can just deal with more and more pain than
or that they're addicted to pain pills too. That's why it's like, I don't want to give you any more pain medicine because you might get addicted to it.
It's crazy. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. And then they say, racism doesn't exist. Oh, okay. I mean, that's not a coincidence that black women die.
That's why a lot of black women like to do home births.
Yeah. Well, that's why when we did, look, I'm hands-on. My family, when my wife had our babies, I'm hands-on. I wasn't going to miss that shit for those. Nobody. I was in there. If I see a red beep, what was nah, yeah. I remember my wife said, I said, you good? She said, I don't even know what she said. She didn't say she was good though. Yeah. Hey, say I need to do something. Like ASAP.
Nate, you say that we need more black doctors, but if you saw that video of the X, I'm gonna try to share it to our listeners one day. Half the people in those videos were black nurses.
No, he's saying black doctor.
I know, but I'm just saying, yeah, you can have a black doctor, but you also need a support team because before the doctor gets in there for the actual delivery, who you mainly dealing with?
Yeah,
the nurses.
That's true.
Yeah,
home birth. If my wife was able to do it, I would have, pushed that. But then she was having high blood pressure.
Oh,
and she get real bad migraines too. So that was a couple of reasons.
If I ever had kids, I would want to do that, but I know I probably can't. But I would want to do that.
A home birth? Yeah,
but I probably can't.
I've seen it before. And what I have noticed too, when women do, so when the child is first born, they cut the umbilical cord right away.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
If you keep the umbilical cord after birth
and let it fall off naturally,
another
right?
5 or 10. Well, I'm talking about them being hooked up.
Yeah, but don't that fall off naturally too? Right?
The little piece on the belly button. Yeah. But I'm saying like your whole.
Yeah.
Because
that still gives it nutrients.
The placenta, they take the placenta and use it for stem cell research. You know what I'm saying? But you can, if you want, you can get your placenta. But from what I've heard, black people got to go through all these loops and turns
to get it. Because some people make it into pills.
Yeah, because it's good for the body, especially if she's breastfeeding. All those nutrients, and it lessens the chance of the baby being autistic, mentally ill, health issues and stuff like that, because it's still getting those nutrients. So that's a benefit for it. But home birth ain't for the weak of heart. So, but yeah, back in the day, I maybe that was why I was more geniuses back in ancient days than it is here, because they didn't have all these fucking vaccines and medicines and shit to inject you with.
My great grandmother used to be a midwife.
Yeah, my wife used to watch a show from. It was a show based off back in the day when midwives was big.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now you brought up another topic. Is USA the greatest country? Right? Is that your topic?
Yeah. I said, is America the greatest country?
I feel like
because it's some arguments. There's some arguments that I think it depends on how you look at it.
Because every country has their faults. There's no perfect country, no matter where you look at it. Number one. Number two, each country is ran differently, so it depends on how you feel like you want to be governed, I guess.
Yeah,
but
that's why
there's no perfect country.
That's the whole point of us. The argument with the Brittany Griner thing. We can't tell Russia how to do their shit.
How do y'all thoughts on that? Do y'all feel like that was a fair trade?
Check this out.
Tell us. Go ahead. Why you don't like us?
You know that video I sent to y'all?
Yeah.
All that is facts.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. First of all,
about the dishonorable discharge.
Right. Yeah. Hold on. Let me try to maneuver through this real quick. Yeah. I think it was last week we talked about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it last week or the week before? It was one. Okay, last.
No, we did because we did talk about it. With
Okay. Yeah. All right. So because I knew it was like in the last 2 weeks we talked about something like that. Yeah. I said something last week of like the Biden administration knew they weren't giving up Wheeling. Mm-hmm. They knew that. They knew that from the jump.
Didn't Trump try to?
Trump said, "Fuck y'all."
Yeah.
Right. I was about to say, I was like,
that's what I'm saying. This is not the first time this man's name has come up.
Right.
She got stopped. She got locked up on simple possession.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He got locked up on espionage.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
America has spies everywhere, dog. Like, stop playing. Like, quit playing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if we got y'all, we got one of y'all operatives over here. Mm-hmm. We called him. Ain't no. It's so many different passports to so many different spots to call home. And this man is a dishonorable discharge from the United States Marine Corps.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to bet, because I haven't looked it up, but I will by next week. I'm willing to bet that the reason he got dishonorably discharged, I would love to see what his job was.
What's his name?
I forget his first name, but last name's Wheeler. But I would love to see.
I think it might be on that video.
I would love to see exactly why he got dishonorable discharge.
Yeah.
Because if it's anything like what Russia caught him for, this ain't his first go around. You know what I'm saying? And
how long he been locked up over there?
For like 4 years. Oh. Something like that.
And then the dude that we let go been over here for about almost the same law, right? The Victor dude? Because I think they said
around the
like
time.
10.
Yeah, around the times, maybe a little longer, something like that. But even Wheeling,
he like Tony Stark's of the
something like that. But he's
like a movie made. Of
Lord
of Wars or
God of War.
God of War.
Yeah, God of War.
They got a basketball player.
But my thing is, they're not like they weren't giving Wheeling up.
Yeah,
from the jump. Russia they were in the driver's seat this entire time, even with Wheeling. Like even without Griner. Even without. So now she come on.
You think Griner was a plan or it was just
apparently he was discharged from the Marines for bad conduct.
Oh yeah, that's a general statement.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what the bad conduct
I guarantee you it says what it says on the DD-214. I guarantee you. Somewhere in that paperwork, they know why he got dishonorable discharge.
But you say with the Griner,
yes, man. But come on, fam. Look, Brittany Griner is not the only.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Is not the only WNBA player that has ever gone over there in the middle of like outside of the regular WNBA season. Becky Hammond, she has a citizenship in Russia.
Yeah.
They asked her point blank period on First Take the other day when Brittany got released. Hey, how serious is weed over there? She was like, it's illegal, but they really don't care. A bunch of rappers have been over there. They're like, man, I smoke weed in Russia. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew she been going back and forth over there. They not stupid.
So it was just like she was in the wrong place at the right time.
Yeah,
because it could have been anybody.
Because around this time they already knew, because she's been in there since, I guess, since we found out about it. We'll just say February 17th, right?
Yeah.
But they said that she had been locked up longer than that, a little longer than that,
before we knew about
before we knew about it.
Yeah, I heard.
Because all this happened in between the time of her where they said where she originally got caught and the Ukraine invasion. Vladimir Putin is not a dumb man.
Fuck yeah.
He already knew
there was a
chess
move.
Yeah, he already knew what they were. He already planned that out. That for Russia to invade Ukraine, he already planned that out. That probably just happened to fall into his lap. I don't know if they was watching Brittany or however it went down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That situation fell into the lap because they were. Now that's a bargaining chip. Athlete, black, woman, lesbian, fam.
Yeah.
And
America is about
that.
Yeah.
You gonna let her out? You really gonna let her sit over here?
And this
you really want her that bad?
I think they purposely put her in that camp so they can be like, you gonna let your citizen do this labor like this?
That's what you gonna do?
This petty?
You gonna let us give her the most horrible ball fade ever?
Yeah.
That bad. She look like Tayshaun Prince.
Like, word? Y'all just gonna sit and let that happen.
And I forgot how deep her voice was, and then when she started doing interviews, I was like, oh yeah.
One of my
and that
Facebook friends was like, don't she identify as a male though? I say, you know what? I don't even know.
We're not even gonna go.
That's there. Not even important.
Well, I think she was being funny because
Yeah, but that situation ain't even funny though. Like
situation is when we first. I think we talked about it when it first jumped off. Yeah. Of course, we was probably, like you say, she was probably locked up already. But even when you was explaining the international laws and stuff like that, but that was before the Ukraine invasion, though, right? That was prior.
Because we didn't know because like how the timeline works out as far as the rest of us knowing. This looks like it happened right after the invasion.
Right after the start of the invasion.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. Because when I'm thinking about it, I was saying she was a prisoner of war.
Right.
So, yeah, I could see. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't that shortly after, though, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the timeline is like whoever you choose to believe, whether she got detained when we all found out or before then. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the matter of like what timeline you choose to use as the foundation of what you believe.
I told, in my opinion, because I don't know a lot about the dude that we trade. That I ain't gonna say we, because I ain't have shit to do with it. That America traded. I didn't know a lot about him until I found out it's a whole movie about this man's life work. So I'm like, so we traded. I think I made a post. I said we traded a basketball player for Iron Man, and then of course everybody commented and it was like, I mean, it was just like, who got the? Of course, everybody's happy that she's home. If you're not happy that she's home,
yeah,
I don't know. That's something else. I'm still happy that she's home because she's had family and shit.
You know who else is happy that she's home? Whelan's family, because they done came out made a public statement about it. They was like, they made the best deal they can make to bring somebody home. So that's the end. That's the end goal.
So ain't nobody really.
So what is we really? What if the Whelan family ain't bitching and complaining? What does the rest of us have? Just to be.
So that means they must know more about him.
Man, they know Whelan ain't shit. They know that.
Yeah, because it probably wasn't just a military thing. He probably
this man had. You saw that video I sent. The man had multiple passports for different countries, and he got caught in Russia on espionage. What was he doing in these other countries?
Who knows?
And it's not, bro. And these are passports. See, there's two different passports. There's travel passports, and then there's passports where you can, like for if where you have like a dual, like if you have like a dual citizenship where you can stay past 30 days.
Right. Yeah, I think Ghana is offering that too.
Yeah, like that's because because over unless you have
I think they ask you that when you get your passport, right?
Yeah, it's like what is the nature of this passport? Right. What is it, business or leisure or whatever the case may be? Leisure, you can only stay in a country up to a month before you got to leave. Now if you over there and you say you visit and you're like, man, I want to stay here. I need to find a job. Okay, then that's a totally different situation.
Yeah. Right.
But like you
still gotta become a citizen.
But you still you gotta
at one point.
Some sort of citizenship. Yeah, some sort of temporary situation.
Getting a job is a form because I'm guessing they tax you.
So, yeah, because you're under their tax system.
Okay. That makes sense.
Unless you're working for that,
I think it's different.
Unless you're working for the government, then that's a whole different category. That's GS. You're still under American pay scale.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're just working in another country,
right?
Okay.
Like just like the military or the GS positions that work on base for the military.
I learn something new every day.
Well, let's work this cash.
Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna come of this. That's what I'm waiting to see, the ramifications of this trade, because
they coming.
That dude is gonna be put to work.
Yeah. Or
think America gonna take him out?
I think Russia might take him out.
You think so? You don't think they can use him right now?
I'm sure they can, but
eventually,
like here's the thing. He's not the only person that's involved in black arms and black market arms dealing. You understand what I'm saying? He's not the only person that can.
So it's not something. He's not doing something that's exclusive.
It's not exclusive. He is just the godfather,
right?
Kind of it,
so
or whatever.
But might have some successors.
He might have some. Yeah, of course.
I'm pretty sure
Charles Manson got successors. Right. You don't think he?
That's definitely true.
You like, come on, all these copycats and all of that. Come on, man.
That's sad as hell, but that's definitely true.
And to be somewhere think about it, to be somewhere 4 years. And another and on
what was he locked up at?
I probably Leavenworth Penitentiary in Kansas.
Okay.
For Leavenworth Federal, yeah, maximum. That's where they sent Vic for them dogs.
Damn.
For dogs, he should have went to regional in Portsmouth. He should have never left Virginia. They sent that man to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, federal penitentiary to prove a point. I have no doubt that's where they had him at.
Sadness.
So, but that's what I'm saying. You somewhere, unless you feel like he's that loyal to your cause and your country, I'm sure they have interrogated this man of like, yo, what did you tell them?
You think he helped America?
I'm just saying it's not what I believe is what all it takes is one person to put in the mind, especially in that world, put in the mind of y'all. You know, he was over here with X, Y, and Z.
All right.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially if you know it's people that can still do his same work. Because I mean, shit, they tried to kill John Q. He was the best of the best. Was it John Q, right? No,
that's a movie.
What's it called? Matrix. What's the movie he made? He's an assassin.
Oh, you talking about John Wick.
John Wick, yeah. I was like,
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, John Wick, yeah.
I cannot think of his name. Matrix. I knew y'all get it if I said Matrix. Is the AC working?
You hot?
I'm just saying it kicked on.
It just kicked on. I'm not warm.
But you remember it was.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Normally warm in here.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, as far as like America being the best, I think America is the best in certain aspects. When it comes to education, health, crime, racism. Now I can say racism because I haven't been everywhere. But
I can speak on that.
Yeah, you probably can speak on it more than me. As far as like crime, education, healthcare, uh, uh, your food, products, as far as like the labels and stuff, I think it's a lot of shit America really, really sucks at.
Oh yeah.
Although, I mean, they say it's the land of the free. But
the home of the
I mean, I get it. Even when you say free speech, like that word free, I don't think that's a literal term to them. I think it's a max term that means something else because as we can see, the freedom of speech is I think now is being attacked more than
ever.
Yeah, ever. Like when did when did we start taking comedians and their jokes? I'm not saying that it hasn't been, but like to heart to where you want to get somebody canceled.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm pretty sure we all seen Def Jam and the back in the day Mad TV and all these shows. Like comedy was comedy and it was fun. It was nobody was taking it serious. Basically, it was a whole bunch of people making you laugh at uncomfortable situations. Now it's like your joke can't even be borderline uh toxic or something like they are canceling. I just seen a woman heckle another woman and she said, "Did you vote for Trump?" And the lady said, I don't know. And she was like, "I can tell by the way that you," she said, after she said that, the woman went on with her talking. She said, "Did you so you must have voted for Biden." And everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So she's like, "Yeah, I can tell by the way you tell your jokes that you voted for Biden." And then the lady is like, "Well, I can tell by the way you're talking and nobody's asking you questions that you voted for Trump." And then everybody started applying. They end up kicking her out or whatever. But like, you see that more and more at these comedy shows. Even a lot of podcasts is getting slack for being called sexist and misogynistic and all these things. Like freedom of speech is being attacked, and I think along with that, the whole mantra of land of the free and home of the brave, that's being attacked too. Because I mean, who does the freedom of free? To me, free would be we can leave and go to another country. I don't have to ask you to go nowhere. To me, that's being free. Now, if I have to get a passport, you have to track me. I can only stay for a certain amount of time. I don't think that's free.
Yeah, that's true too.
Me personally, that doesn't say free to me. Free would be, I'm gonna give you this phone and that's it. No attachments. You don't have to pay me nothing. That's free. But if I say, yeah, this phone is free, but then at that point it's not free anymore because now it's coming with some stipulations.
Yeah, when you get when there's a asterisk or caveat to it,
it's not free anymore. Yeah. So I was gonna cancel BBB, but we good.
You know what? You cancel Nate.
I haven't heard nobody get. I haven't heard that in a while. Council. The last time I heard it was the whole Dave Chappelle. Recently, Dave Chappelle.
So there might be some canceling coming around the band. So
with entertainment.
Entertainment. So and it's looking like Tory is gonna be he gonna have to eat that bullet.
So I've been hearing about
because the court proceedings are like they're active now. Like it's an active court proceeding now.
Yeah.
So I got inside information that it happened. This is when it first happened. I got inside information that Tory kind of did that shit. But legally, now that it's out, I can kind of speak on it because one, I'm not a part of the case. I don't know nobody involved in it or nothing like that. I just know someone that is a part of that camp. Everything is he say she said up until this point. Right?
Yeah, basically.
Until it came out that Tory had GSR on his hands. That's gunshot ready.
Yeah.
See that
you can only get
that was okay. You said it was a he said she said.
Yeah,
because I thought it was a friend that had it at first.
It was that started coming out closer to the trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the friend definitely had it on her, but it was transferable from because
she got like touched him.
Yeah, touched him because I guess he ended up grabbing her or hitting her or some shit like that, and she had gunshot residue on her, kind of like that.
Right.
But Tory had and if you don't get in the amount of GSR he had on his hands,
that means he was.
You only get that from firing a weapon.
And she was shot in the foot.
In the feet. Like, I don't know if that like the bullets like hit, like the bullets like penetrated her feet. I just know wherever he shot at.
What location he get shot at?
Well, because I heard there was like they got into it. And shit.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, all of that was like.
Like
they
got into it.
Like she hopped out the car,
right?
And he was like, "Dance," and
let off. So it was some what movie is that? Oh, so you just shot me in my pinky toe.
Nights. Harlem Nights. My business hours off.
Yeah, but I don't.
Wow. Okay. So the video I was watching wasn't that. It was something else. It was the video I was watching was a lady close to Meg Thee Stallion camp that was saying about her jumping from dude to dude, like.
Yeah, but that's not. But that
don't have nothing to do with Tory.
No,
but I'm just saying. I thought you was talking about.
That came out from or whatever. That had been came out, but like they were seeing each other, like talking.
Yeah.
And I guess it was behind like they got into it because I guess Tory was paying too much attention to Kylie.
Yeah.
And she got, I guess she was getting hot about it or whatever, but however it went down, it ended up rounds being shot off, and she was on the receiving end of them.
Dance, motherfucker, dance.
So
the cake had a piece.
That's crazy.
Something is going to come up. Something's going to come of this.
He's gonna be gone.
I mean, they'll deport him.
He definitely be.
He probably won't be able
Canada,
to.
Right?
Yeah, he probably won't be able to come back to the States.
They'll definitely treat him like Shine. Remember they sent Shine back to
Believe.
Was it?
Yeah, he was in Believe. I think he left though.
No, I think they told him. Oh, he might have left, but I think he told him he couldn't come.
But he
something
back,
like
though.
that. Yeah, he came back for the first time I seen him was at the award. He performed.
No, the person they say they can't come back, I think is Haitian Jack.
Who's Haitian Jack?
Haitian Jack is okay. You heard of Supreme the Supreme Team from New York. Haitian Jack ran with Pac back in the day, and that's who's saying that got Pac shot the first time at Quad Studios.
Right.
That's who they like. If you think of Big U, you think of Bimmy, which is Deb Antony's brother, and the DJ from Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
If you think of Bimmy, you think of Big U, you think of like you think of Haitian Jack, you think of all these different
he was in the mix.
Yeah, he was in the mix.
And he got deported. Of course.
Yeah, he got deported. Yeah, he got deported.
Man, this gotta suck. Getting
deported.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Henchman. That's the other name I was thinking of. Jimmy Henchman. When you think of them dudes, that's
a lot in bars. A lot of rappers.
He in prison for a very long time. Very long time.
That's crazy.
I can imagine that either being in prison. Like it's some shit that I just
can't imagine.
Yeah, you just be going down. Sometimes you get yourself in some situations, some sticky situations, and it's like like, hey man, look, I'm your homie, but nigga, no.
No.
You gotta chew on this popcorn by yourself.
You did it. It's all you.
Yeah. So
Brilliant.
I always say that don't get in my car with nothing. Because if we get pulled over and they find it, you got 6 seconds to speak. And I'm gonna say, officer, that's his shit.
Exactly. Speak up for yourself.
Not my shit.
I want to say shout out to the people.
I'm not like, especially if I'm not out here doing dirt with you.
Exactly.
And
we
you,
did it together.
And
that's
like,
different.
Bro, you put me in a position to where like, bro, because I'm not eating this for you, bro.
Exactly.
I'm not doing this.
We
not. You called me for a ride.
Yeah, and you knew this.
You knew this. I didn't know what you like. You
at least give me the same. At least get in the car and be like, "Hey, I got so and so on me. Is that cool?" Give me that. Be like, "Nah, bro, I can't."
Nah, I can't even fuck with you like that, fam. I got to take my kids to school in the morning. Right. Shit like, bro, what the fuck is you on? And then like,
why would you even feel comfortable?
Like, and you already know I'm not even in that lifestyle. So don't. Why would you bring that around me?
That's automatic. I don't care. So
that's crazy, bro.
Point, I don't. At that point, yeah, it's just it's whatever. Like, ain't no way that I'm going down for that. Ain't no way I'm going down for another dude, another anybody. I'm not. That's crazy to you to think people is. It's a lot of people in prison right now, because they took the rap for their homeboy.
It is. I want to say shout out to the people who tuned in. We appreciate you guys. We cannot do this without you. We love you guys. All the McGarrity's tuned in. Shout out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Just regular shout outs. Shout out to my boy Devin, man. That tuned in tonight. I have like 6 of these or 4 or 5 of these. Like I wear the shirts around the crib a lot and just out and about. He's a good friend of mine. Out in St. Louis.
You a fight?
Yeah, that's how I met. I actually met him right before a fight that I was getting ready for.
Mm-hmm.
He used to run a podcast. It was called Facts. We're talking MMA.
Nice.
And I had just got back from training that night, and it was like he had a trivia.
Mm.
It was like, the jelly. He was like, all right, I'm about to pull it. Like, I'm about to eat a jelly bean. You got to guess the flavor and then guess if I'm gonna like it. And I just threw a thing out there. I was like, butterscotch, and you'll love it. So like it was a random ass jelly bean. I was like, he was like, yeah. Oh, he's like, you got it? Like, oh shit. And I had won a ticket to the Kim Shamrock Bellator fight.
Nice.
So he gave it to me after my fight. And then in the midst of that, like a week or two after that, he had said, he's like, hey man, I'm looking for another member of the podcast team. So I hit him up and he's like, man, look, focus on your fight. We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I did my first media gig for for that platform at this pro show, pro MMA show. We got did the weigh-in deal, the backstage passes, all of that. That's when I met a lot of the old Black Zillion team from MMA. Like Rashad Evans wasn't there or whatever, but my boy Kamaru was a part of the team. He wasn't there either. But I met Tyrone Spong and I want to say Anthony Johnson was there, I believe, and then Thiago Silva was there too. So I got to meet. That was my first time being in the midst of backstage, behind the scenes stuff when it came to
like a major event.
Event. So like I've been down with him. You know what I'm saying? He's a huge pro wrestling fan like I am. Shout out to him. Shout out to my family. My wife, my son, my daughter. Shout out to y'all, my podcast team, and everything that y'all got going on individually, outside of the podcast. Shout out to, of course, my fight team, Spread Hybrid Systems. Some big things in MMA for our team is coming up soon. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's doing anything productive, man.
Anything productive. Shout out to the family, wife, kids. Shout out to the podcast team. Shout out to anybody that's thinking about starting the podcast. Just go ahead and start it, man. You can use your phone. Don't worry about all the other stuff later on, the sound quality and all that stuff. You can work your way into that. So if you got an iPhone, you might be good anyway.
Yeah.
You just get you one of those little mics. You should be straight. Shout out to my kin folks tuning in, Terrence and Nate.
Nate the Great.
Shout out to all my people that showed up for my little B-Day dinner my wife put together. And then it was people that couldn't show up for various reasons. So I knew they would have been there if they could have. So shout out to y'all too. I didn't invite a lot of people anyway.
Yeah.
But I think even with that, I probably invited too many people. We would have had to get a whole nother 2 booths if everybody would have showed up. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody doing something good, doing something positive. And shout out to the people that's willing to change, that's actually making a change in their life, whether it be people you hang around with, job situations, relationship situations. What do we talk about? It's another situation that you change, just a mindset or a health situation. Anything that you changing to better yourself. Shout out to you and just keep on going. And that's about it.
Shout out to my podcast.
I can tell y'all who the Anunnaki was.
Next week.
I sent y'all a video.
Yeah, I'll look at it next week.
Shout out to my podcast team, my U3 team. Shout out to people who've been checking up on me in my time and what I'm going through. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to everyone who supports us. We cannot do this without you guys. We love you guys. You're the reason why we do this. We do this every Tuesday. Make sure you tune in. We got bigger and better things for 2023. You already know who I am. DJ Baby Blue Diamond.
It's your boy D, aka Mr. Live and Fire.
It's the F, the E, the L, the A. It's your fella.
And we out.
That's a chorus.